Now let us welcome Dr. Haila Al-Mekaimi, an academic and political analyst. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us. Can you hear me?
Yes, it's a great pleasure to be part of this discussion, as a matter of fact.
Ma'am, discussion about the second Baghdad Conference for the Cooperation and Partnership. The first thing, the participation of the second Baghdad Conference for Cooperation and Partnership agreed that the main goal, and it's one of this main goal of this year key event, is to continue the momentum that began in the first Baghdad Conference that was held in Iraqi capital back in August 2021. Do you sense the progress in addressing and tackling regional matters?
Definitely, as we all know that even before 2021, Kuwait participation, as a matter of fact, in this conference is essential. Basically, because Kuwait, the Iraq Reconstruction Conference, the donor conference, it was Kuwaiti initiative, as a matter of fact. Kuwait put a lot of effort in order to gather this international will in order to support Iraq to regain its normal role in this area as a peacemaker. There's a lot of issues between Kuwait and Iraq that really need to be solved. Kuwait, in fact, even in the northern city, the Kuwaiti future is lay ahead in that area. So Kuwait definitely is part of it, and I think the Kuwaiti participation is essential. We also aware about that Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development and the Fund for the Reconstruction of Areas Affected by Terrorist Operation in Iraq signed a grant agreement of 85 million in 2019 as part of a total grant of 100 million announced by the state of Kuwait during the donors conference, and to support Iraq and contribute to covering humanitarian needs. Most of the services, as we know, including health, in a number of cities in Iraq were destroyed after the control of ISIS from 2014 until 2017. So there is now, as we also, it was announced that there is some of those projects was already constructed and was already completed as part of that grant. So we are pretty much having a lot of enthusiastic for these kind of regional cooperation meetings and conferences.
Dr. Mchani, as several Arab countries are experiencing security and economic obstacles, what are the actions and the efforts needed to secure a better future for the Arab people?
Let's start with this with the context of the importance of Iraq and this conference that has a focus on Iraq. We really need, especially also, and this is even a regional, in fact, regional aims that everybody is working towards to implement this aims to prevent the use of land of Iraq or any Arabian land to launch any threat to neighboring countries. As Prime Minister of Iraq, Mohammed Al-Sudani, mentioned that Iraq now is trying to distance itself from the policies of the Axis and calls of escalation. So these, I think, statements are very important for us. So in order to enhance these kind of contribution, there is a lot of issues that need to be implemented. Iraqi security, water security, joint action to combat extremism. We also need to work in several areas, whether food security, energy, and all other areas that is in a mutual interest for the entire region. I think by implementing all these important issues, we can at that stage reach a regional cooperation mechanism that achieve integration, security, and stability in the region.
Dr. Mchani, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Haila Al-Mekaimi, an academic and political analyst from Kuwait. Thank you so much. Stick around. We'll come back right after this.